I'm not even going to give any pretense. I just want to play this level. This is JoshCCLP4 part 35? I think it's 35. I could be wrong. Let's go. Oh, this is a neat little mechanism. So the glider will... I can send the glider around to any one of these buttons I want. And, well, I think I want it on the tank at first, which is why I started at the tank, of course. So yeah, let's just get the blue key. And that's up this way. So now I need the toggles in its alternate state. So I can turn this block around and get the red key. Okay, now I need it on the trap button, which is actually... This glider pattern is very strange. Okay. Where did I see a yellow key? Did I see one over this way? No, through the tanks again. I don't know. I don't know about this level. I do not know. I see how it works. It's neat. Oh. I'm gonna wait for another synchronized press, because that's always going to be safe. So I come back up here, now I've got fire boots. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I was overhyped for this. It doesn't feel that special yet. Okay, this looks like I just need to set up a partial post. Because if I teleport up, I'll end up down there, and I want the green key. I'll be able to get both blocks out later, which is nifty. Partial post is a strange term. I know it's from the CC1 level, but it's still a strange term. Do I want to get the flippers at this point? I think I want to get the flippers at this point. I don't see any other way out. I'll always be able to go back, so I'm actually going to leave the flippers until I know I need them. Which might be as silly as I'm going straight back for the flippers now. And probably will be, all things considered. I need the flippers post-socket, it seems. I do not see what to do next. I don't have the trap button held down. I needed to clear both of those bombs in order to come back. And none of the teleport directions help me. So if I wasn't supposed to take both of those blocks up... Now, I could not come that way. Which meant the only thing I had down here was 2 blocks. Which meant, in turn, coming up this way was my only option. But then if we come over here, there's nothing. I'm going to make it start toggling the tanks again. Just to see if there's anything down here I overlooked. Yes, there was. Okay, so I do need the flippers. But I didn't know if there were any thieves. And, you know, when in doubt, don't get a boot. now I have suction boots, which means now I need the glider on the red button. I almost boosted straight through there, or walked straight through there, which could have been fatal. I mean, it wouldn't have been, but it could have been. Okay, so this will... Let me go through here. So what do I do down there? I get skates if I go down here. I had no choice but to do both of those pushes. So now we come up here, and I don't... Once I go through there, there's no going back. It takes me outside the level. Which... As far as I... Oh my. The glider will blow up a bomb to let me go out through there. So as far as I can tell, I do just want to go through here. Nice invisible walls. So with all the chips in tow. Yeah, it'll just loop around and blow up this bomb above me. Which gives me access to this whole outside area. Which is cool, I guess. I don't know, this is definitely far from a bad level, but I don't know if I'd call it, let's see what this says. Hello. So I take it that's about as far away from the exit as I could possibly get. Yeah, I don't know if I'd call it, like, exceptional or one of the best from I've ever played, like JB, would, but definitely far from bad. I had fun with that. So easier to run. Trap connections go from left to right, top buttons go to the top, and vice versa. Okay, so this is an item swapper. Pure and simple. So what's the first station? Well, can't go in there without suction boots. Seems like the first station is going to be the 7th station on the top. Can't do anything else up there, so I might as well check the bottom. I can get fire boots from the 6th button, so I will do so. This is honestly pretty neat. And it's not exactly the kind of thing you could do in CC2 either, so... I don't know, I feel like both games are going to live on. It's not just going to be CC2 replaces CC1. Because we haven't really seen that happen. I don't know if that's just because CC2 hasn't had its chance to yet, and it will in time, but... I don't know. I might be alone, but I honestly feel like CC1 is the stronger game. And some of that, admittedly, is for very, very silly reasoning. I think the bugs and stuff in the MS rule set, as well as just the discrete tile-based movement, even if that's not what was originally intended, actually make, not so much the bugs, but the tile-based movement being discrete, 1, 1, 1, and not animated stepping, I think honestly makes the game stronger. And maybe I'm crazy, but I don't know, I feel like CC1 had the exact right balance of stuff, while CC2 went too far and added too much, almost. Maybe that's just because CC2's base game isn't that good, and... Seriously? Seriously? Wait, no, I think if I clone another glider... Yes, I can use a glider for that! Okay, where was the glider button? That was on 7. I thought I was screwed. Yeah, so this is a neat little interaction between sections. Pushed it too far. I knew exactly what I did the moment I did it. But CC2, I do think, has too much. It suffers from overcomplicating itself. And it's honestly kind of a shame. And maybe, just maybe I'm alone on that opinion. Like, the added complexity is definitely a good thing in a lot of respects, but I don't know. I feel like it went too far. Obviously, the designer can manage that, but playing CC2, you have to be prepared for so many things and so many obscure interactions between mechanics that really, it's just, it's so much harder. Like, we've seen the complexity that CC1 has, and so, like, can have. So CC2, obviously, with both larger maps and more stuff, and the stuff has more complicated behaviors even. I worry for what kinds of stuff are we going to see out of CC2 in the future. Like, I know Lessenath's working on some completely epic 100 by 100 Dark Souls inspired level that would probably take over an hour to solve. To the point where he's not even testing it as a whole level, he's testing it as pieces of a level. It's just, you can go so far with CC2. You could go so far with CC1, even. It's just, what's going to happen? There's a lot of just unknowns. It's me, like, technically, CC2 is the stronger game. But I don't know. I honestly don't know. Okay, let's get those. No, I can't get those 2 chips. I need. Is that the 4th? That's the 4th. Let's go back and hit the tank button again. Yeah, it's hard to explain. Like, I do think a lot of my issues come down to the fact that there just isn't that much good stuff for CC2 currently. And maybe that's partially because I'm not really looking, because I'm focusing more on CC1, because I prefer what it currently has. I don't know. I want to like CC2 more than I do, but just so much holding it back to me. Nope, not the first one. Second one, second one. Do not screw this up again. Yeah, I really don't know. Of course, I need to hit the tank button again. Why wouldn't I? Yeah. Okay, for a moment, I thought I didn't move that button there. So glad I actually did. Moving on to Snow Patrol, which is a pretty cool maze level. It's not very complicated, but it's definitely confusing for what it is. Like, it's surprisingly small sized, and yet there's a lot to it. A lot of this is because there are 3 teleports. Didn't I already do this slide? So, yeah, I'm already very confused as to where I have and have not been. Okay. Had not been there yet. Had not been there yet. I need to get onto the vertical line. Quite badly. How do I do so? That's how. Okay, so now I need to get back to the horizontal somehow. And once I'm back on the horizontal lines, which I am, that should be a solve. Yeah, so that's Snow Patrol. Not terribly difficult, but quite a lot of fun. So moving on to Whitepoint, which, is this a sequel to Crumbled Point? Yeah, it seems like it's just an open fire force floor level. Nothing complicated. It's very strange, actually, when I think about it. JoshCCL5's curve seems to be following that of Ultimate Chip 3 of all things, where it ends up starting out relatively easy, picks up the pace, and then realizes, oh crap, I've gone too difficult too fast, and gets easier. Which, I'll be the first to admit, Ultimate Chip 3 does not have a good curve. I did not reorder levels at all. They are in the order I made them. I know that is not the difficulty order. I would completely reorder the set and probably sprinkle the abridged levels throughout, if not remove them entirely, and release them on their own. But that is not what I did. I just wanted to make levels at the time I was making that set. I wasn't thinking about a cohesive set, which is definitely something I think about now. I mean, I made a best of set. I kind of had to some extent. Okay, so exits in the bottom left. I don't think I saw a socket, even though I have all the chips, and it means I explored the level. Yeah, oh, there it is. Like, open levels like this are really fun. And I don't make enough of them. Well, at this point, it's more of didn't make enough of them. Oh, I'm getting all melancholic again. Let's just move on to spinning, which is a level which is not the level from Ultimate Chip 3, hilariously. You know, the hilariously busted one from Ultimate Chip 3? You didn't play that level? Oh. I'm not a huge fan of these gliders on the outside rings. I get why they're there, but meh.
Bummer.
That's why. That's why I'm not a fan. I can safely say I do not like this level. After that. And it's basically the same thing 4 times, I think. I mean, yeah, I can do it. I can be really careful and slow and boring. And I don't mean boring to watch, I mean boring to play. Yeah, this feels like I'm doing the same thing over and over. And that's not always a bad thing, but here it kind of is. I know it's not exactly the same, and I know each part tries to feel different. Just with how you actually have to approach it, but it doesn't really succeed. Not happy. Not happy with the dead end there. I know why it's there. Doesn't mean I have to like it.
Bummer.
Look at that trap! Look at that trap! Okay, I can safely say okay, no, hate's a strong word, but it's not quite that strong, but I really do not like this level. Oh, right. I'm gonna have to go through all this, aren't I? Awesome. Awesome! Good job, me.
Bummer.
I pushed up. Okay? I swear I pushed up several times there and none of them registered.
Bummer.
Stay calm, stay calm. Did you really have to make it so you have to run around this level as many times as you do? Like, was that really necessary? Should have died there, but I'm glad I didn't. That's where the exit is. So now I do have to do more laps. Great. I don't think anyone would fault me if I said this is one of the worst levels that Josh submitted. Now, it's still technically designed quite well. That I cannot deny. However, I do not find it fun to play at all. And I cannot say that about many levels. I probably should have died there, but again, very, very, very glad I did not. Gonna wait on the glider cycle again. There. Finally done with spinning, and more gliders on ice. At least this level seems better, but I don't know. I was always a little skeptical about this one. Mostly because of areas like this. I don't know. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. But I still won't be happy if I die near the end. And a lot of that is due to it immediately following up spinning. And I'm willing to admit that. I'm willing to admit that. So I've got that going for me at least. Okay, the gliders aren't as chaotic as I expected they would be from when I first saw this level. Maybe they were originally and it proved to be too stupid. No, I can't get that one just yet. There's plenty of places to stop and think, which I appreciate. Like, seeing as it's gliders and sliding, like, this has to be compared to spinning, because it immediately follows it up. And this is a billion times better. Not even comparable. This is good. This is really good. So I think I saw the exit. Yep, there's the exit. And 3 tips, probably all down near the middle. So we'll get this one. Ooh, I can get that one too. Okay, this looks a little tight. Definitely possible to slip through. That looked like it was required too. Yikes. Oh wait, no, I've got the all the tips now, so I can do this. Skylands Parkour complete. Okay, I've seen living things. I'm at 26.5 minutes. Living things won't take too long. Well, it might take a while, but it's not a hard level. So the whole gimmick of this level is there's one pair of fire boots you can take. So you find it and you take it. And then you wait. Oh, please tell me I won't have to... Okay. Not cool. Not cool. There really should be a wall or something here so that you don't boost into death or just walk into death. There really should be. Okay, let's look at this room. This room's only got 2. So which one do you take? It's this one. Like, there's enough buttons being pressed that you can't tell exactly when your button has been pressed. Oh, by the way, it's that one. Like, in links, I suppose that would work, but I still think that that should be just something placed there, because it's common courtesy, really. Right, I think extra credits called it humane design, and that sounds apt to me. Really? Okay. Most of them, a lot of them, I really think that there should be something in the way. Anyway, onward to the, enough about that, just onward to the toggle section. I didn't die, so that was what I was worried about. So this toggle room with the sockets, let's think this through. So I need to eventually send the fireball into that bomb. So let's look at the room to figure out how to do that. My attention is immediately drawn to just the fact that this wall is here. It pretty much, in order to get it down this column, it needs to be on this row. Or sorry, in this column, right? So it needs to hit either this socket or this socket. In order for it to hit this socket from this side, it would need to bounce off either this one, which it can't do, which means it has to be this one. Likewise, it can't go up from here, so it has to go from there. Yeah. So that means the goal is to make it go like so. Got it. And that will result in 3 hits. Cool. That was a really good room. I actually wouldn't have minded if there was less of the trap button rooms and more rooms like that. Anyway, that is Living Things complete. I will move on to Spatial Ruination, which is the level based on the wall layout of Block Maze in the next video. And 88, 89 levels to go. Yeah, I'm making really quick pace. I might actually finish the JoshCCL5 part in the next video, because that ends at 2:39. So can I get 8 done? Will I record extra long to get 8 done? Find out next time. Because not even I know the answer.